Good afternoon. Welcome to probably my second blog so far. It's I think the last one must have been about 3 months ago, maybe a bit longer. I have to just look at the date. Well, just what I wanted to talk about today really was self-development again, because I've been into it since I was 16. Things have only really picked up. Well, now to be honest, I've been progressing since I was 16. Look back at my life every 5, 10 years and look how well I've come. And that's sometimes what people forget to do, because I still get stressed, I still get slightly down. I look at things and look at what I've got to get done in a day, what I've got to achieve. And it's so easy just to get stressed and overwhelmed with things. But when you do look back at how well you've come, it's surprising. You've come a long way. So what I want to really talk about today is about Eating My Frog, which was a book written by, what's his name, Brian Tracy. I read it quite a few years ago, and like I've often done, I've read lots of self-help books, self-development books, and you don't go through the exercise that much. But I still think that even if you're a bit like me and you want to get on to the next book, I still think they're useful. You still pick up little bits from them. I've always said you can spend between £5 and £10 on a book. If you just read, if you just take with it from it one paragraph in it, which changes how you see things and how better your life, it's well worth £10. Spend £10 on a couple of pints. Yeah, so it was about eating my frog. But anyway, it's about eating your frog is about getting the worst thing out of your to-do list out of the way, basically. So you eat your frog first thing in the morning, and you're supposed to feel better about yourself. I'm terrible for to-do lists. I was talking to one of my mentors the other day that I will write my to-do list, and then by the end of the day I've spent probably most of the morning writing to-do lists, and I've got about 5, 6 different to-do lists. I've got about 3 different diaries. I've been trying to find some form of structure to do this with. Okay. The best structure up till now really has been to just get on with it. Don't look at the whole list, just write it down and just do it. You need to prioritize, which most of the time I'm quite good at prioritizing, but there's always that thing about doing something that you enjoy doing or time wasting. If you haven't got a structure, you can get so sidelined to Facebook and things like that. But often I'll go, oh, right, oh shit, I've got to remember to do something. I'll go and write a text, and I see a notification, and then I'm spending 5 minutes on Facebook. Half it is disciplining yourself, which I agree with, but you still need some form of structure to help. I just came up with an idea today, really, which I just want to talk about. It might not be nothing new to you. You might have already thought about it, or it might not appeal to you. But if it works for you, then it's advice well shared. Because what often happens when I write my to-do list, they get longer and longer. I've got them on my computers, I've got them written down, and they get longer and longer. I get overwhelmed. And if I write them on my computer, my idea is to look at that first thing in the morning. I've even got it on my desktop to do this. But even what I normally do is write it in Word, and it comes up. Yeah, it just gets longer and longer to do this. And this, to me, this is the eureka moment. What I did today, what I've formatted anyway. I thought, let's use it. I need to make it in lists, but with Word, it's very hard to do that unless you do columns. This is me. I mean, I'm not very technically minded anyway. So I thought, oh, why didn't I just do Excel? So I started doing my to-do list in Excel, writing everything down I've already written down. Throughout the day, I'm either writing stuff in my notebook or on my phone. I use my phone a lot of the times, the voice recorder, if I haven't got my notepad with me. I'll quickly drop something down. But even that, I've noticed that I've procrastinated it because I know there's stuff that I need to do. So we've all got these barriers, or people like me have anyway, got these barriers that we can write a to-do list again and again because you're not actually doing it. So it's easy to write a to-do list. It's quite good fun to do them to-do lists a lot of the time. And you just write it down. Oh, I've got plans. Yes. So lots of people do it. You get a lot of talkers out there who don't actually do things. And I'm probably one of them, I suppose. But over the years, I've really tried to get disciplined about this. I teach martial arts, for goodness sake. Teaching discipline. but we're all undisciplined in certain areas, and that's what self-development's about at the end of the day. Anyway, it's just to look at your weak spots and try and work on them. So yeah, anyway, with this Excel sheet, what I've done, because you can widen the columns and things like that, or yeah, columns they are. I just put to-do list at the top and 3 columns. This is to do my business. I'll put stuff which is going to make me money, like advertising, getting flyers done, getting out there, showing the community what I do for a living and things like that. Things that were really important that's going to make me money. But running a business, you've got all the admin side of stuff and the stuff, the contact details I need to contact students about, like newsletters, that things. Not going to make me money in the very short term, but it's going to stuff I need to do to be good at my business, to create the ethos I want with my business, is that I'm okay and approachable person, things like that. You still need to keep students, otherwise I don't get no money coming through and I can't serve them like I want to. So I've got the money side, I've got my admin side, which is all the paperwork involved, writing letters, emails, that sort of thing. And then I've got my other to-do list, which is just other 3 basic simples. I might create another to-do list, I'm not sure, so I've got them on my screen. Okay, which is, and it's quite straightforward. You can have to see them, you don't have so long a list. Okay, and you can make columns quite easy, and you can highlight. I've highlighted the to-do list at the top. Yeah, by the way, I could spend all day creating this, making it all nice and fancy, trying to avoid doing the actual stuff on my to-do list. Which, just be aware of that if you're like me, who likes to sit at the computer and think they're doing stuff, then sometimes they should be doing other stuff. A bit like now, to be honest. But I just wanted to get this out there now. I'm in the middle of doing paperwork, which I've been putting off for ages. I'm doing stuff, things like that. So I'm still doing it, honestly. Right, yeah. So you got that, and with my frog bit, you've got stuff that you need to get rid of. Okay, and just by writing these columns out, the stuff which I've got to read, the frogs which I need to get done, which I kept putting off, I had a highlight in red. And since I've done this, which is this morning, I've looked at it, I've done a lot. I've done some tasks which I've been putting off for ages. With goal setting, a lot of personal help people say, and same as to do is write stuff down, write stuff come out of your head, write it down, you put it on paper, it's in front of you. I find with this Excel sheet right in front of me on my screen, keeping it open so I can keep going back to it, it's in red in front of me. And I've noticed with myself is that this is stuff I've got to do. I'm feeling what I'm feeling inside, it's staring at me in the face, I've got to do it, but I can still feel barriers up again in me that's stopping me from doing this. So, and that in itself is interesting with me, because how many times all this stuff that we need to get on with, which we're frightened of doing, like I'm not very good on the phone, making phone calls. Well, nowadays, definitely the way it is. I think teenagers are all the same, but they might not admit it. Okay, I'm a typical man. I'm on the phone and off straight away. But I've got to ring people up, which is part of my business. I'll put that off, and all of a sudden it's 5 o'clock. Oh, they've finished. Where I've got a phone through, or I'm going off. So them are my kill. They eat my frogs, if you like. And it's there in front of you, and I'm working out on myself like, wow, the barriers I'm getting. How many people actually do that all the time? I know I do. It's interesting. I hope you find that useful. If anybody wants me to show you what I've actually done, I'm happy to do that. Just send me and I'll get back to you. I'll say within the next 24 hours, because that's me committing myself rather than say as soon as, because when there's what is as soon as. Anyway, I'm waffling now, but thank you. Hope you find that useful. Thank you. Speak to you soon. Bye.